Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I just want to again talk about the BQ24780S BQ IC, laptop charging IC. I just want to talk of one part of it, which is the AC drive signal and battery drive signals. These signals has to be 6 volts more than the input voltage. So we have 19 volts at the input. We get 25 volts at the AC drive and battery drive output to the MOSFETs. Okay, so let's first draw how the BQ IC is used. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so we have the BQ IC. We have the first and the second MOSFETs. We have here 19 volts from the adapter. I wish you can see that. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, and then we have here the sense resistor, and then here to the 19 volts rail. Okay, the gate of those two MOSFET is controlled by this BQ IC, and the signal that is controlling the gates of those two MOSFET is called AC drive, ACDRV. Okay, so here we have drain, source, gate. Here we have source, drain, and gate. Why is this one is reversed? Because this one is used as a battery voltage blocking MOSFET. So it blocks the battery voltage when there is no adapter connected at this point at the adapter input. We don't want to see the battery voltage here. So this one blocks the voltage of the battery. So if, for example, here we have 11 volts from the battery, coming from the battery, and here we have battery MOSFET, and this goes to the battery. So when the BQ IC does not sense using the sense pin from the 19 volt adapter, which is called ACDET, which is AC detect, so it doesn't detect the 19 volt adapter is connected, then it will drive the battery MOSFET using BATDRV signal. Okay, so this signal will turn on this MOSFET, allowing the battery voltage to arrive to the 19 volt rail. Okay, so when the BQ IC does not detect anything connected to the adapter, to the input adapter, then it drives this MOSFET, allowing the battery voltage to arrive to the 19 volt rail. We don't want to see this voltage here. That is why we have this MOSFET, which is called battery voltage blocking MOSFET. So it blocks the voltage arriving to this point. Okay, and also we have one pin here from the middle of those two sources, from these two MOSFETs, is called, let me first connect it to the MOSFET, to the IC. Okay, this called CMSRC, which is common source. This will detect the voltage from the middle of those two MOSFETs. So if, for example, this 19 volt is not connected. We don't have the voltage or the adapter connected. So we should have no voltage here at the CMSRC. Okay, but if we see voltage here, let's say 11 volts, that means this IC is shorted and acts like a wire. If it is shorted, the IC will detect that we have voltage at this pin, and then it will never allow this MOSFET to open when we connect the adapter. Okay, so we will not be able to use the adapter to charge the battery. And also, if this MOSFET is shorted, before the IC send the signal AC drive to the gates, if it does see this voltage here, before it sends this voltage, before it's allow the gates to open, if it sees 19 volts here, then it knows that this MOSFET is shorted, and it will never give this ACDRV signal to both of these MOSFETs, and it will not allow this battery to charge. So this is the use of this common source bin. Okay, so let's now explain about the charge pumps. We have two charge pumps. One is the AC drive charge pump. I don't know if you can see this. And the other is battery drive charge pump. So we have ACDRV and battery DRV. Both are connected to this battery charge pump and AC drive charge pump. So let's explain how this charge pump circuit works. Okay, so this circuit consists of a DC source, which is obviously the 19 volt. So here we have 19 volts. This goes to MOSFETs and a capacitor, and connected to ground from this side. So the positive side of the DC source goes to two MOSFETs. I will draw them like a switch. So Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4. Okay, and we have a capacitor in the middle between those four MOSFETs. So we have Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4 MOSFETs. Q4 MOSFET is then connected to V out. So we have here V out, and sometimes there is a capacitor here and also connected to ground. Okay, how does this work? How does this circuit work? This circuit works in two cycles. So the first cycle is Q1, or I mean Q2 and Q3 are closed. So this one is closed and this one is closed. Okay, so we have the circuit is now closed from here going here, then from there to the capacitor, and from the capacitor back to the DC source. Okay, so we have a complete circuit which is like this: a DC source and a capacitor. This way we will charge the capacitor up to the voltage of the DC source, in this case 19 volts. So we have here 19 volt, and the capacitor will charge up to 19 volts also. So this is the first cycle. The second cycle is Q2 and Q1 now opens, and Q1 and Q4 closes. So the circuit goes from here through Q1, again through the capacitor, then through Q4 to V out. So it will be like this. Source, DC source 19 volts, capacitor, V out, and from this other side connected to the source, to the minus of the source. So now here we have like a battery or a DC source consists of two DC sources. A circuit consists of two voltage sources. So we have 19 volt from the battery, and we also have 19 volts from the capacitor. So it acts like two batteries connected in series. So in this case we will have 19 plus 19, we will have 38 volts, which is too much for our circuit. We only need 25 volts here and 25 volts there for the first and second MOSFETs, and also when we need to open the battery MOSFET, we also need 25 volts. So 6 volts more than the input voltage. Okay, so how do we get only 25 volt, not 38 volts? So the controller that controls this circuit also consists of a controller that controls the operation of the MOSFETs, of the 4 MOSFETs. So this controller, the one that opens and closes those MOSFETs, that controls the gate of those MOSFETs. So depending on the timing of how long the gates will be closed and opened, that will determine how much voltage this capacitor will charge up. So if, for example, a little bit of time is just given to those gates to open, it will not be enough to charge this capacitor up to the DC source voltage. Yeah, so we'll have only, let's say, 6 volt, the voltage that we need. Then when we connect these two, the second cycle that goes through the capacitor, then to the V out, the voltage, the output voltage, we will get only 19 plus 6, we will get 25 volts, the voltage that we need. And also maybe this controller, this circuit, consists of a feedback line that goes across this capacitor, so it knows exactly when this capacitor reaches 6 volts. So this is how this circuit works. It first charges the capacitor, then uses the capacitor in series with the DC source to get more voltage than the input voltage. So it works in 2 cycles. Yeah, so I hope this is clear enough for you to understand how this 25 volt come from, and where does it come from, and what generates it. So I would say thank you for watching. I wish you have an interesting time with me. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and see you in another video.